Hi there and welcome to my new painting tutorial video on skin tones this time. So first of all, if you are watching this, you are a Patreon of mine because this is an exclusive Patreon video. So thank you so much for being my Patreon. I hope that I can make wonderful content for you and that you like it, and if not, please message me, or also if you have any ideas for future videos, like this one. This is also an idea of one of my lovely Patreons. Unfortunately, this video is only 6 minutes long because I screwed up the settings of my camera a little, and that's why the time lapse is so short. But I promise, the future videos will be longer, especially the tutorial videos. So I hope, nevertheless, that this video will help you a little bit. And now, let's start with the video. So I'm starting out with a rough sketch onto my canvas. I do the sketch directly with oil color and brush, highly diluted with SANSODOR. It's an odor-free turpentine and it has really almost no odor, but it's nevertheless poisonous, so you have to be careful to work with it. Don't use too much of it if you can avoid it. And what helped me to get the skin tones right is that I observed a lot of skin tones. I always look how my reference is, how the skin is, and I always try to exaggerate the colors I see in my reference. It is also very important that you know that skin looks always different. It looks different in the light, in the shadows, in different lights, different times of the day. When you have natural light or artificial light, then the skin looks different in different ages. Young skin looks different than older skin. And then you have different skin tones. For example, African or Asian people, European people, and all those other different colors. They all are different. And what helps is that you, before you start painting, just look at your reference, and the best of course is when you have a high resolution reference, maybe 300 dpi, so that you can see at very close look, that you can have a very close look at the skin. And then you will discover that there are areas which are rosy, which are yellowish, which are blue, which are green, and try to exaggerate those colors when you paint them. Try to think, okay, this area looks almost gray, but maybe here is a kind of blue in it. So I try to get the blue a little bit stronger in my painting. And then next to this area, there's an area which is a little bit yellow. So I try to get that yellow a little bit stronger in my painting. And that is how I find that you can get the most realistic skin tones in your paintings. Because when you see yourself in the mirror or you see photos, mostly the skin is just gray. It is really just gray. And all those colors you only discover when you really observe it very closely. Or of course, if you use makeup, then you can get your cheeks a little bit more rosy and such. But in reality, skins are really little, just boringly gray normally. Another thing that I find important is to always try to understand how the skin looks on the body. You can do that when you go in front of the mirror and see how the colors are on your skin. For example, on the knees or under the eye, where the skin hits directly the bone. These areas can look bluish or greenish or very pale. And areas which have high blood circulation, for example the toes, the ears, the nose tips, the fingertips, or also the knees, these areas are more rosy than other areas. And areas where you have fat under the skin, for example the belly or the bottom or also around the mouth, these areas are yellowish or a little bit green. So if you know that specific areas of the body will have a specific color, you can paint this color on your painting, even if the reference doesn't have this information. I'm painting since 10 years, and I observed a lot of reference photos, and now I can anticipate which colors can be in which areas, and I often exaggerate the colors, and I think maybe I make this a little bit more rose or this a little bit more yellow, or sometimes I'm even going totally wild and just take a translucent tinting color. Oh, and speaking of translucent layers, the skin also is translucent. It is not completely opaque. So, for example, if you start with a very opaque layer of skin, you can get a realistic look by adding a thick translucent last layer on your skin. I use Liquin as an oil painting medium, but you can use every oil painting medium you like, and just mix the color you want to have, or just opaque, a translucent white or yellow, and add it onto your painting. This will give like a three-dimensional layer, and also can just help making the painting or help making the skin look a little bit more like real life. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you like me to do more of those videos, please let me know. So, see you in the next one. Bye bye!